He's been leading the biggest police force in Canada since 2015, but come Friday, Police Chief Mark Saunders will be leaving his post tonight. We speak with him about his decision to step down 8 months before his contract was set to expire.
There's no real big aha moment to it. Predominantly family issues, which I certainly won't get into the details of that. But, you know, as chief, there's never a great day, and each and every week, as trying to make decisions, there's always something critical that was a concern. So finding the right time as chief was a problem, but as a dad and as a husband, it wasn't too hard to figure out.
A lot of the questions people want to know is, what's next for the police chief? Are you still going to stay in policing?
Well, no, I will not be staying in policing. This is more of a reset. There's some things that need to be done personally, and then after that, I'll go just about anywhere. It depends on what I am interested in and what I like. But
and what's that?
I'm wide open right now. Not a whole lot with politics, that's for sure, but a lot of other lanes and opportunities are presenting themselves, and I'll see which way I go at the end of the day.
When you look back 5-10 years from now, what do you want your legacy as a police officer to be?
Never looked for the legacy piece. I've always, I've loved this organization, and from day one, minute one, I've always been, if you don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. I represent the office of the chief. So even though I'm called chief, I represent an office. And so each and every day I did my best to maintain the proper integrity for that seat that I had the privilege of sitting in. So the legacy of the office of the chief, you have to make sure that it is integral from all aspects, that it is always balanced when it comes to making decisions, that your critical decisions are always collaborative and informed to the best of your ability.
Take a knee!
You're Toronto's first Black police chief. What impacts do you think that's had on the police force and on the city, if any?
I come in with a lens that no other chief has had, coming in as a Black man and as a Black father, and with that I can see certain things differently. I can have more empathy or more understanding towards particular emotions that are out there. I've had the opportunity, I guess, of being in certain corners that no other chief has been in, because I was listening to those voices, and also helped in the training and the thought processes to help this organization.
Ahead on City News, policing throughout the years, the events that shaped the city of Toronto, and the new role Chief Saunders wants to play in fixing one of the city's worst problems. After a nearly 4 decades-long career in policing, Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders will be stepping down from this role this Friday. During his tenure, violence that has shaken the city. There was the deadly van attack, the Danforth mass shooting, the discovery and arrest of a serial killer that targeted a community, and ever-escalating gun violence.
Is there a case that stays with you that has kept you up at night?
There are some cases, and again, now that I have such a different lens, my compassion towards the victims, I don't take it lightly. So to put the names out right now would cause undue stress. It should cause undue stress, and I don't think that it's fair. But that's between myself and those families, and they know who they are and how I feel about it.
I want to talk a little bit about gun violence. Toronto has had record shootings. Many of these involved young Black men. What do you think are some of the factors there when it comes to increased shootings in our city?
Well, when you look in the communities, the neighborhood improvement areas, it's very clear, and the stats talk to it. You know, why is there overrepresentation in child welfare? Why is it in the educational system young Black men do not graduate high school at twice the rate versus any other? Why is it when we talk about low income, it's predominantly within the Black community? Where are the libraries and other places for young men and women to have opportunity to advance in schools? These things are the symptoms that create these young men that feel they have no opportunity to move towards that street gang subculture. And there need to be, I think, stronger, more robust, sustainable resources put in place. So how do you stop that cycle? Before, during, and after are necessary components to be really looked at.
Is this an area you see yourself involved in after policing?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think I come with some knowledge that could help in the reduction of young men killing each other.
With Project Community Space, we saw more police officers entrenched in communities, and some might say increased surveillance, perhaps. There were some critics of this program. Is this something you still stand by?
The reality is, you talk to the mothers. Talk to the mothers. When those mothers are saying to you, I don't put my kids out in the afternoon because I'm afraid they're going to get shot. We need more police presence. And you get the vast majority of people in that theme. So listen to everybody to strike the fair balance on what type of resource should be in play. But I can tell you the vast majority of people, they enjoy uniform presence in the neighborhoods. And again, it's not about the enforcement piece. It's about being there, developing relationships. So we put our community response units in there. We put our neighborhood community officers embedded in these areas, working on strong relationships. But whether we like it or not, the highest level of violence, especially gun violence, is in those neighborhoods. We have to be there. We don't choose to be there, but we have to be there. We're also working on gang exit, and we're starting to see some success with that.
Our interview with the police chief lasted a little over 30 minutes, and we'll have more of this discussion for you tomorrow on City News. What he thinks about Black Lives Matter, calls to defund the police, and the advice he has for Toronto's next police chief. For City News, I'm Faiza Amin.